Generals?
General George, have a seat.
How are you this morning, Much Robert?
Doing very well, thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to this battle. I know you placed a lot of responsibility, Jubal, good to see you, on my shoulders.
Yeah, George.
But I truly believe that the position that we have between here and Richmond, we can stop Sherman, Grant, I don't care who they throw at us, Hancock, we can stop them all right here before they cross that water. Generals, good morning.
Move that. Good morning. Take this thing out of here.
We were just discussing the battle. Gentlemen, please come in. General Jackson. No course.
Tom, have a seat.
Take a seat. I'm glad you're here, Tom. One thing I wanted to talk to you about. Now, when we're moving these forces up along this, what's the name of this? Pamunkey River? Is that what it's called?
Pamunkey actually is Topotamy.
Topotamy River. Now, we know that the primary force or the blunt of the force is on the other side of the river.
It's down on from what information I've gathered, the blunt of the force is on the other side of the Chickahominy.
Oh, Chickahominy.
Head in between that and the Pamunkey River right now, but the Topotamy River, it's actually a creek, which is a little bit farther north. That's where a lot of the cavalry is trying to screen around behind us right now.
Have we located their flanks, sir?
Yes, sir. We have.
Now, I've already given orders as per my instruction from General Lee to General Armistead and to General Gordon that they make sure that we have both of those divisions sitting on this side of that Pamunkey River. What I'm going to do is we're going to guard that left flank, and they're going to primarily be the front force. Now, my question was who's going to be on that right flank?
That we have to see who is going to be in line, ready to move right now.
All right.
Now, my corps is still moving into position right now.
Well, I know that you guys are going to, as we come back, which obviously we will, your force is going to be right there, and we're not going to have, I'm not concerned about
there's
that.
a little...
My only concern, Thomas, is on that right flank.
Right. The only concern I have right now, my troops are up at a little hamlet called Old Cold Harbor right now, on their way through the Cold Harbor area, which will put where the Pamunkey and the Chickahominy, the confluence, come together right there. It'll put them in line to prevent a crossing. There's two fords right there that they could put pontoons across in short time to move.
What about Porter's, E. Porter's guns, the artillery section?
The ground down there is not very acceptable to moving heavy carriages right now. They're having a hard time moving through the area.
Have you talked to Porter this morning?
I haven't talked to him. I've got a report. And I know the area. I was Shirley Plantation. Part of my homestead is just not far from there.
General Corse, what about your brigade?
My brigade is right where you folks are talking. And the report I got back from the 17th from Colonel Herbert this morning was they'd seen movement on the other side of that river.
How hard of a movement would it be for you to take that left flank and guard the left flank?
We can anchor the left flank, but right now, sir, we are hanging in the air. We have no one on our right.
Well, you're getting ready to, because General Gordon and General Armistead are getting ready to move right in there. That's where they received the orders this morning, and they're on their way right now. So within the hour.
They are not attempting to build pontoon bridges, so they are not showing any inclination to cross.
Well, let's keep them right where they are, and then when we can get Porter's guns up there, let's just pound the fire out of them and hold them in place. They won't cross the river.
So the narrowest place that they could possibly cross without any pontoons is going to be at the old White House on the Chickahominy River.
Know that
The ford through there at low tide is probably 4.5 to 5 feet.
How many hours from where we're sitting right now at our command headquarters? How many hours from here to that point? As far as troop movement hours.
Troop movement hours, a good 8 or 9 hours.
All right, so we've got 9 hours.
It would be a good hard ride for one man to do it in 3.
We're in process right now of moving Armistead and Gordon, and who else is out there? Trimble, Kemper's out there. So they're all on the move right now. Within the hour, General Corse, they should be right there ready for you, and which is going to be your center. And then, of course, we know where General Jackson's corps is, and you're going to have full support in the back of you.
I've heard that Jenkins is less than an hour's march from my position and is moving up.
Then he's advanced farther than my intelligence has led me to believe then.
Yes, sir.
Which is very
They were marching 45 minutes with a 15-minute rest until almost 11 o'clock last night. So
Let's
they were
synchronize.
moving like your course, sir.
Are your people rested?
Yes, they are, sir. We got to a major rallying point for the Corps right now before they're dispersed on the battle line, and they were all given 3 hours of rest.
Excellent. Let's synchronize our watches, gentlemen, so that we're on target when we get in the field. I know the Signal Corps can send us time, but I'd much rather be since we're here together. What have you got, General Lee?
I've got about 9:47 o'clock.
9:47.
I'm sitting at 9:47.
47, sir.
9:47.
47.
I'm always in time with General Lee.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, I think this has been a good meeting. As the Army begins to move out, what we'll do is we'll send back Corps. I'm going to go ahead and move forward now for the support of General Kemper.
Now, it's my understanding also the little hamlet of Old Cold Harbor, there's ample forage for the animals too.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, what about the cavalry?
Jeb has, well, I think a lot of the information that we've got comes from Jeb. He's ridden completely around and he just brought in some information. He indicates that what you're telling me is right on target.
Do we know where he is?
Well, he just came back in. He came in late last night.
Right. Okay.
So, and what he fed to me last night is what you're telling me. There's a few weak points, and I think we can probably discuss them as soon as he gets in here this morning and reports on it.
As soon as we gather a little bit more information from the other riders that are out also, will help fill in the gaps also.
Well, I feel very strongly powerful about the moves that we're making. That at this point, even though we might have some weak points, I don't believe the Yankees will be able to push across the river.
I don't think so.
We're gonna. I think we're
But
both
as
right.
we sit right now, the weakest point we have is going to be on the Topatomi,
Yeah.
which is just a little bit due north of Cold Harbor.
As soon as Garnett and Armistead are full up, they'll cover that flank.
Well, if Jenkins is arriving in position, we'll have pretty close to 8,000 men on that flank.
How many held in the reserve?
Right now, sir, I have 2 regiments in reserve out of my 5, so I've got.
That sounds amply covered, sir.
So if you want to leave my 2 regiments as reserve on that flank, that
For the-
would
for
work.
the- For the time being, that would probably work fine until my troops are dispersed
Yes.
off the right of my center.
When we fill in, I would feel more comfortable if I had something close to a brigade behind me, sir.
Well, you got all of Longstreet's Corps standing right there. Like I said, within the hour, going to be right in your back. So you don't have to worry about that, General Corps. They're within the hour. They're going to be there.
This is all developing into a fine plan, gentlemen.
Absolutely. Old Pete's already down there, and I'm going to meet up with him probably by noon, 1 o'clock today. Then all your boys. Actually, we can relieve you for maybe a 4 or 5 hour sleep time.
Leave us, sir.
For a 4th?
17th will never stand for it, sir. They want to go across, and they want.
We're not crossing the river, Montgomery. We're not crossing the river. We're going to hold this side of the river. We want them to cross the water. When they come
we're
across,
ready for
we're
them
going
too,
to.
sir.
We'll allow it. Well, I'm saying when Longstreet's Corps arrives, we may give you boys 4 or 5 hours to take some rest before the battle ensues this evening.
Okay.
Then we'll bring you right back up online, get you something hot in the bellies.
We got sharpshooters sitting on the river just in case they start to cross, so we can start to pick off the engineers.
And you've got some of the finest riflemen in the entire Army.
Yeah,
That's why you are exactly where you are, General.
Alexandria rifles are just
Yes, they are.
dying to take a shot at those boys.
But like I said, one thing we need to keep in mind is the due north of Cold Harbor, Topatomi Creek. There are several roads that converge on a small point right there that they can cross and force if we're not careful.
How close is your Corps going to be to there?
My left center of my line is going to be right on top of Topatomi
Oh,
Creek within the next 3 hours.
Do you have any concerns about it?
Other than that, that's my only concern.
All right. Do you want to get a supporting unit, AP Hill? We can bring Hills.
What have you got?
Well, we brought Hill's unit up behind.
Hill is in line to put
For your support?
4 his regiments with 3 in reserve.
Great.
Okay.
That's what we need.
Okay.
We've got